Hello, Stefan Dolzen, product manager for Grand Design. Very excited to show you our first Dodge Ram product. So this is a Dodge RAM Promaster, super high roof, so you get that extra 8 inches of ceiling height on a 3500 chassis in the ceramic gray. Let me show you around the outside real quick. We're putting a nice 13-foot Girard awning here that does have a solar awning option. If you really want to add a lot of solar panels, that's an extra 720 watts if you go that route. Really nice extending step that gives you a large platform for coming inside and outside the vehicle with the light strip. You've got your sliding screen door when you're set up camp and you want that nice airflow looking outside. All of our windows are double pane acrylic windows from polyplastic. We can pop open the windows. You have your integrated screen and shade, which is nice. Instead of the click-clack window, you can stop this in any position, which is nice, with a little just tightener. Every unit's going to be standard with a Thule bike rack, 2 bike racks with a nice 3,500-pound hitch on the back. We want to give you a really clean exterior. There's not many cutouts. You have your exterior shower, some vents, and then your shore power. And then all units will be prepped for the on-the-go ladder, which is a nice expanding ladder that will hook up here and give you access to the roof. The roof is a really clean roof. We're using the Titan gasket seal system. You're not going to have a lot of sealant everywhere. Solar panel, Furrion Chill Cube AC. It's an 18,000 BTU AC. We really like this AC because there's a variable condenser that has different speeds. So if you want turbo mode and really cool fast, you can do it. But if you want to conserve battery power, there's 2 other modes down to eco mode, which does not draw many amps, 6 to 8 amps, which is great. Let's take a look on the inside. What makes this van so unique is the seating layout. This has 6 seat belt positions, which is nice. It's a seat 6, sleep 4. So we have a bunk in the rear that comes down to have 4 sleeping positions. These cabinets are done by a local Amish shop in our area. We're built in northern Indiana. Really nice curved features, built-in trash can. You've got some accessories, a nice panel here, even a little try to utilize this space under here for some storage. This may be a dog bowl. We just 3D printed, a little food and water bowl perhaps is what someone could do there. Get creative. So the driver passenger chairs do swivel around, which is nice. You really kind of have 2 separate working living areas. This is a good setup for a little workstation. You can also travel with the lap belt here. And then the rear lounge is really the highlight of the vehicle. So right now, it's just a U-shaped lounge with no dinette. But if you'd like to set up the dinette, it's really quick. You're gonna pull this out. It stows under there to have maximum storage. So I forgot to mention, if you want to carry a lot of gear, what you're doing is you're removing this rear section. Put this aside. I can tuck this under. Now I'm putting in coolers, I'm putting in e-bikes. We even fit a kayak in here in our factory. So you really have a lot of options to maximize storage back here. But if we want to go back to dinette mode, you can slide this in. Cushion goes in place. And then this mechanism will pull out. And then there's a foot pedal that raises up. Lift up these flaps. Rotate around. And now we can sit comfortably 4 or 5 people. You can shift this side to side to make it easier to come in. And then this is also what makes up your lower bed. So if I'm going to go into bed mode, what I'll do is I'll put this in this position, pedal, push down. Put those cushions there, and I can leave those cushions or remove them if I want more space. And now I've got a nice large rear bed, 72 inches by 60 inches wide. A lot of good storage here, pull out pantry, charging cubby hole here, which is nice. 5.3 cubic foot, 12 volt refrigerator with a large pull-out pantry here, and a 0.9 cubic foot Furrion convection air fryer microwave, which is nice. That's standard on every unit with more storage up above. We have our porcelain countertop with an InvisiCook induction cooktop built in. This unit has no propane and no generator. So it's Lithionics 12 volt battery, Lithionics inverter, a Victron solar charge controller. So you're gonna be getting up, cooking, using your vehicle very easily. A lot of drawers, storage space here. These are all drawers, different sizes for whatever you need. Now the bathroom is very unique. We're taking inspiration for what we did on our award-winning transit bathroom that we were awarded a patent on, actually. So this bathroom has 3 modes. This is travel mode, closed, tucked away. We have a lot of space in the galley. This is toilet mode, where you can lock from the inside, use the toilet, and I still have room to pass through here, which is nice. And then when it comes time for shower mode, I'm opening the doors all the way, lift up the shower pan cover, and then I've got my curtain with a track that pulls around, built-in sink in the bathroom with a faucet, and then that pull-out faucet is what is your shower wand and can hook in for a nice shower. Large medicine cabinet up here with a mirror and of course a vent fan as well. So trying to get creative with the space, giving you a large shower space when you need it. You know, I'm 6'1", 6'2" with shoes, and I still have plenty of room in here when I bring the curtains around.
So the interior height is what, 6'8"?
We're from floor to ceiling, we're right at 6'9". I think from the factory it's 7 foot, but we do put a 2-inch thick composite floor on with 2Tech 2 woven fabric. So it's a honeycomb floor that's completely waterproof. The flooring cover is completely waterproof, which is nice.
And removing that cover for the shower pan, is it like a very easy?
Yeah, so I think what we're actually going to do from production is hinge it. So as of right now, the thought was to just remove it and get it out of the way. And then it just drains into the gray tank. But I think based on feedback we've gotten at the show, instead of placing it somewhere else, we'll hinge it here, and then when it's time to shower, it'll just rest here, lift up, and then you use the shower, and then hinge it down when you're done.
That makes sense.
We've gotten a lot of great feedback at the show already. We are adding some features based on popular demand, which is good. Production will plan on starting in about 2 months now.
Perfect. What I really like about the rear lounge is the fact that the table is not constantly in your way, and you have the option of making it disappear, so that it really opens up the lounge area to a really comfortable, welcoming space.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of those tables that you kind of insert into the ground or something, you have to figure out, where am I going to store the table, where does that go, and sometimes they're not very stable. So this is a really good solution that we've tested, and it did really well, so we're excited to use it.
But now everybody wants to see the loft bed.
Oh, I almost forgot about that. So this is new to the industry. Here's your bed lift. Bed lifts obviously have been done before, but what makes this one unique is the power extension. So this is first mode. If you look at the ends, so both ends of the bed have powered extensions, so we can fully maximize the side-to-side width of the van. The nice thing about a ProMaster van is how wide it is. So this is when you want to sleep 4 people, the bed is in a higher position, and then you can sleep underneath. If you're just a couple and no one's sleeping underneath, I'm gonna go ahead and lower the bed more. And now it's very accessible. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move this mattress over. I'm going to grab the mattress extension. Maybe you can help me push it in like so. And then we have a really nice sleeping area here for anybody that wants to use it.
And when the travel mode, like this extra cushion, where typically do you recommend stowing that? Because that's a huge space that you take away from the interior.
You're exactly right. So we decided we're going to split this cushion in half, so then you've got more options of where you want to store it. And then you could store it underneath this passenger side bench seat, or you could use that cab over location.
Or can it just like reside on top of this and be tucked away to the ceiling?
You could flip it up. You would
maybe even like
you would lose 4 inches of vertical height, so then the bed doesn't go up as high. But for most people, that'd probably be fine.
Yeah.
They might want to keep their pillows up here anyways, and sheets, and then you're really making it easy to set up camp.
If you have guests, then you have a bunk bed situation.
Exactly. So we would bring this up to the other position, and then I'm going to give enough room for the people underneath. If I have guests, I'm probably putting them underneath. That way they get the dinette cushion bed and I get the mattress and more space, but could go either way. About 3 feet of, actually a little bit more on the top bunk and 3 feet of vertical clearance on the bottom bunk.
Adults, kids,
Yeah,
big
exactly.
dogs.
Exactly.
Oh, that's very nice.
So like you mentioned, if you want to keep that mattress up there, you can. And you can still use the lounge underneath. You know, it doesn't go up quite as high, but you still have plenty of room there.
And I don't even have to talk about like having a TV.
Yeah, TV on swing arm. You want to hang out, it actually will reach outside. So if that's something you're entertaining outside or in the lounge, a lot of storage. We're using this super high roof with the extra capacity you have. Firefly system for all the lights, battery management system, which is nice. Truma Combi Plus, which is great. You know, it taps into your gasoline tank for hot water and heater. But if you're plugged into shore power, then you're not going to use gas. You can go electric, and then you can serve your gasoline. So we really like that from a system standpoint.
And we mentioned about the porcelain cooktop.
Yes.
Which is really unique, and I think you're the only ones, or the first ones in the market to introduce that technology.
Yeah, on the Ford Transit with the single burner, it's been so popular.
Yeah.
We're actually going to have a cooking show later today with the inventor of the product. He's coming by. He's going to do a little cooking show just to show people how powerful this is. With 10 settings, you can really set what your wattage draw is going to be. Setting 1, you're only pulling 600 watts. You go to boost mode, you're going to pull a lot of watts, but then you're boiling water in, you know, a minute or two. It's awesome. Yeah.
And what kind of a power package does it come with?
Standard 310 amp hour, 12 volt Lithionics battery. You can option a second battery from the factory to get to 620 amp hours. 180 watt solar panel on the roof with room to expand to more, but we're offering 180 standard from the factory. It's a 3,000 watt inverter. Yep, it's a Lithionics Kisei inverter, which is great. So with that 3,000 watt inverter, you're running your AC, because it is a 110 AC, but with that variable speed condenser, it can act almost like a 12 volt from a power draw standpoint. So from a systems, you're really going to have the energy you need. The alternator from the engine is going to charge the battery, and then you have the solar and shore power. And we do have a black tank on this unit. So 25 gallon fresh, 25 gallon gray, and 11 gallon black tank. Our first prototype we built, we actually put a cassette toilet in, but a lot of feedback we got was, hey, this type of unit, I'm probably not going to be boondocking quite as much. I'll probably be in campsites. I'd like the black tank from that perspective, so that's why we went with a traditional toilet and black tank on this setup. Show price is amazing. Yes.
So they should come and check you out here at Tampa RV Supershow until the 18th of January.
Yes, exactly.
If they don't want to miss that opportunity.
Right. You're exactly right. Yeah, we're excited to get this into the market.
Stefan, thank you so much for this amazing tour. It's been very, very informative. I'm sure a lot of people will be knocking on your doors.
We can't wait to welcome more people to the family. Thank you so much.
If you enjoyed this tour, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave all comments below. I'll be replying to them as soon as possible. And until the next time, see you on the road.